S-
Let's see.
Let's do it once again. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Hello, and welcome to yet another podcast of What Makes Me Smile. That makes me smile. That makes me smile.
It.
It makes me smile. It makes me smile.
We'll get better at this.
My name is Boris.
My name is Thomas.
We're gathered here today to tell you yet another gibberish.
Well, that speak for yourself. What I will say is full of content and emotions and meaning and depth. So just very, very nice.
Your week was filled with emotions and meanings, so you have something to share.
Always. Isn't yours?
Well, this week it was quite easy, I would say, in a sense that I just came back from tour, and I was tired as hell. So 2 days it was really easy for me. After that, my brain started to work. But before that, it was completely out of order. So, how was your week?
Actually, yeah. Now that you mentioned your tour, that is one of the things because I went to the last leg of your tour when you came back in Tallinn. It was very, very good. I told you already, but I will just say here for the record.
For the rest of the world to know.
And for the rest of the world. that this was the best I've heard you guys playing so far. The sound was right. The energy was right. Even though later you said that you were tired, that really didn't come true. So that was good. I'm also... I'm not just looking at last week. I'm looking at all the weeks that we last spoke, which was like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I had some family who visited me in Tallinn. I've been to Paris also to another concert from a guy called John Zorn. Very, 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 very good. Almost as good as Matt Roth.
Of course,
as good.
Yes. But there was no venue available in Tallinn, so he had to perform.
Yeah, he had to go there. Yeah. And there, not like at your concert, I didn't have a GoPro on my chest to record everything. So, these things, these all made me smile. These all made me smile. Life is good. Oh, and today I had the. Anyway, I like the number 69, and there was some significant 69 related events happening today that also actually made me literally smile this morning. My login to log into the company system, I actually had to use the number 69. So that was good.
It was a sign.
It was a sign.
The sign from the God of 69.
Exactly.
Thomas, this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So now get onto the gibberish, right?
We are already.
Already,
yes. Starting to get into the mood, the mood of gibberish.
Ooh, and if the audience saw a little mood room, our space that we have now to get into the mood, we made this
we almost look like professionals.
Yeah. I mean,
almost. Every great podcasters, they had to start somewhere. They didn't have the proper equipment and the room to start off with, so they started with simple stone and the tools.
Sure.
So they carved the sounds into the stones. And then they spread.
That's how I pictured it.
Exactly. The caveman spread their podcast.
Do you listen to podcasts?
No, I don't.
Do you not?
Well, no, because I don't know why. Just because I prefer. My poison is I put some either movie or the series that I already seen to the background, and I just listen to it while I'm creating some imageries.
So I know about this silly habit
I know,
of yours, but you added an interesting detail that I wasn't aware so far. So I will clarify it. You said, okay, so let me actually explain my.
Explain yourself.
Explain myself and explain poor Boris. So what he does is he literally he works, and then in one of the monitors there's a series that's going on, but he's not even looking at it. He just hears, and I always ask what is the point? How can you? I asked him oh, did you watch this series or that episode? Yes, I have. And then asked, did you actually watch it, or did you watch? And it was on the side or something. But now you said it's things that you have seen already. So do you watch new things? Do you quote unquote, people don't say, but I air quote now. Do you watch new things that way too?
From time to time, I do. If I feel that it might not be something extraordinary or interesting, but I just have to go through that series, then I might do that. But of course, on the normal life, I would watch it like a grown-ups on the TV, or just watch it, not just listen to it.
So
But the thing is that I have found this habit quite entertaining to me, as my brain is not concentrating on the information that is coming out from that source, but it kind of puts me into the really good creative mood.
which is something that I heard from others as well. A colleague, I don't know if I will say names or not, but she also like says like she finds that like she watches some, puts on some series or whatever, and she does some creative work like with her hands, and for her as well, it's like it's very relaxing, and somehow it kind of puts you in the mood, I guess. Yeah, it's just like, to me, I totally get it if that is the purpose. But when you say I watched something, like I just like
Well, yeah, the definition is extremely wrong, because you are not even trying to watch; you just listen to it. Although the picture is there, it runs, and from time to time you do throw a glimpse on it, but it's not that proper watching the movie or watching the series when you are just concentrating in your underpants with the popcorn and farting your way through
oh my god, you're disgusting.
I know,
Never.
but that's
Fart.
how I watch the movies while I'm at home.
So the next question is going to be very serious,
As all
as all.
previous ones.
I hope you will watch Invincible the proper way, so
I
we
already
can
did.
talk about it. But
I already,
not
I already
just like
did
on the
that.
side.
I
But
already did that.
okay.
It's really
Okay.
intriguing first
Okay, because I
episode.
yeah, I haven't since
Okay,
them yet.
let me
And
give you a couple of
no,
spoilers.
not at all. And when I came in, I think maybe you remember, I was it today or yesterday when I went up to see you. I wanted to get you for a coffee, and there were another unnamed person, and he was just saying like, "Oh, Thomas, have you seen the first two
Yeah,
episodes?"
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so I have not. I will watch. Good. So you're watching it the right way. So then finally, when I catch up, we can properly
Yeah.
talk about
And
those
don't forget
things.
to mustard your ketchup.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I will not forget. I mean, how can I forget? How can anyone forget to mustard take ketchup?
When the next time when you're going to ketchup, don't forget the mustard.
Oh my God! Yes. Okay. Cool. So it is Friday afternoon, I guess. So it's you're tired a bit. But I guess
I remember you asked. Getting back to that part of the thing that I'm listening to.
clear so far. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a thing, but my problem is that I'm not quite keen to listen to new music, and maybe that is a substitute for me. Uh, let me put it that way. It is,
You mean new music whilst you're working?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is extremely disappointing for me to listen to the new music, because I find it difficult to actually cope. The new sounds, new music is starting to be. It's like you're fond of reading, but you can't read a new book because you know it's shit, or there is a tons of shit, and you're just afraid that this one will be shit as well. So the same thing comes with the music. I don't want to listen to the music that I'm going to skip after 5 to 10 seconds of listening. And the old mammoth, old dinosaurs, they do not produce that much of a new music anymore. And that's kind of give me the balance of the audio that I'm absorbing.
Oh, okay. So you are. It's less that you are afraid of, or you don't look forward to listen to new music whilst you are working, because it just in general
it will ruin my mood. I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And well, we all know that creativity is the key. And what's the point of me being depressed all the time because the music is shit?
And okay, how do you find new music though? So
That's the problem. I don't find the new music. So quite often when somebody is asking, "Oh, have you heard this band?" No, I haven't. Have you heard this band? No, I haven't. I
do,
know maybe in my life as a musician, I should be listening to other ways in order to maybe get some mm, inspiration. But at the same time, I don't see that we as a band are lacking creativity. So maybe even if it would be uh, not a copycat, but something similar to
mm,
what someone else did
mhm.
before us, uh, I would not feel bad about it because we didn't copy it. We came up to that,
Mhm.
and this is what we're proud of, what we have been working on, and in the end of the day, there are only 7 notes. So eventually, some or another way, all or majority of the bands and artists, they will be copying each other.
Um, do you do you use Spotify?
Not the Spotify. I use YouTube Music, but it's the
What
same.
does it have a feature of? So Spotify has this discover
Yeah, yeah,
replay.
it has the same,
Huh.
similar.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember when I was a youth and back in Hungary, I was there were a few music magazines. It was before internet and all that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there were a few music magazines and monthly issues, and they come out, and then you kind of already know the journal is there because you've been, and then you look forward to like album reviews, and
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
and that was actually a way of kind of because that was almost your only and your friends, maybe friends recommended things, and I did find a few bands that way,
mm-hmm.
which I will mention later if I don't forget, but. Yeah, you get the magazine and they write about it, and then you somehow have to get the music. And again, it's not like just right click download or just stream. There was this shop that they actually you could order not online but I think by post or with like with a phone call. I don't know, but they had a massive catalog. It was actually called it was called Hammer World because it was kind of very largely guitar and metal music, but they had
But when you were saying catalog, they had just
they had the paper distributed thing that you could get.
okay. So they had the list of the bands,
They had list of a
or
long
the
long list
artists.
of yeah. So they have the long list of literally like I don't know 20 pages.
Okay.
It's just like low quality printed whatever with stapled together
Mm-hmm.
thingy, and it was just like Prodigy, and there was like 15 Prodigy tapes.
Mm-hmm.
We are talking even before kind of
And
CD,
you
and you
can
can order
order
and
it.
you can say
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So that's how you read an article, read the review from this music magazine. They kind of and these guys or and girls who write they have a way with words, right? That's
Oh,
why
yeah, of
they're
course.
journalists, and then they somehow manage to pique your interest, and then you buy something, and that's the way of discovering music. Now it's there's such a big flood of things; it's hard to choose from. I often actually I subscribe to Netflix, I subscribe to Disney. Now I'm going to subscribe to Amazon just so that I can watch Invincible, and I can't, and I have so many like tiles of TV series and movies in front of me to watch, and I struggle. But with Spotify, they have this Discover Weekly, and they have the whatever algorithms behind it, and I go through that, and I actually find good
But
songs.
do they offer you by the genre that you are
Yes,
listening?
so they do, but they also kind of step out of it a little bit. So I think they I would just assume the algorithm is like tuned very loosely. That like okay, I mostly 70, if not 80% of time I listen to some kind of hip hop. Other 20% is basically Tool
Hmm.
or Mad Road. But they know that, like, it's not just hip hop. It's avant-garde jazz and all those kind of noise core whatever somehow, and they just pop in one or two of those. And I actually have had recently good experiences when I was and every week they update this list, and I
Hmm.
don't know, like 20, 30 whatever songs. And I find myself so I like put it on when I drive home, uh, and I find myself jumping up and down on the car seat, to, oh, this is such a cool track. And I press the little like or whatever, little heart
Hmm.
button, and it adds to my liked songs. So that's one. And the other is, I think that kind of trains, the algorithm, like, what did you like? What do you listen to? And it is amazing. And this, I told you I saw this concert, and that was actually in Paris. And on the way there, on the flight, I before that I downloaded all the things, all the liked list playlist. It was 200 odd songs over, I don't know, a year, and that's what I listened to on the 2.5, 3 hours of flight there to Paris and then back. And a lot of the songs I've even kind of forgotten, as in,
Hmm.
like, I liked it, so I didn't always go into, okay, let's listen to the album now, not just the track. But I was like, oh wow, I have a good taste. I mean, it
Well,
was really, really
obviously,
amazing. Yeah,
if you liked it before, why
yeah, no,
you?
of course, but I really enjoyed. So there is a way of that. That is one way of
But don't you
discovering music.
think that we have lost something after those uh, reviews in the
I
magazines
do
has
miss
stopped?
those things.
Exactly, because as I said, I do not listen to a new songs, but I would read about something new. And but nowadays, again, there are so many bloggers, there are so many reviews, and you don't know whom to trust.
Yeah. Um,
In your youth, you had one, two magazines because you couldn't afford uh, more. You just picked the one that oh, I don't know, let it be Rolling Stone, whatever. I'm buying that magazine. I know that on the page, for instance, 20, there will be a monthly review or weekly reviews of the new um, albums or upcoming albums, for instance. I don't know. But nowadays, everybody knows that you just either go to Facebook, you search for the band name, and you see what they have released if you are interested in that, or you can go to their website. But and yeah, we didn't had so many second opinions. We had one opinion. This guy was telling you. He wrote, this Tool album was shit as hell.
no one ever wrote that.
And you're like, oh my god, I was so in love. Maybe I still buy one, or actually you had to go to the CD store or
Mm.
to the cassette store, and you have to pick up the CD yourself, and you had the opportunity to put the
Yeah, that's
headphones
tough.
on
Yeah.
and go through on the fast rewind all this songs. There was something in it, something special. Now we are in such a rush of getting the information that we are kind of losing this grip of um, I need to stay a while, I need to spend some time, I need to listen. You can't just
Flick through.
skip. You're listening, you're paying attention on what the artist has made.
I guess, yeah, that was, maybe you can say, that was like this kind of, the stakes were higher in making a choice, as in, like, I bought a CD or I bought a cassette, and that's it. I have my CD player, I have my cassette player, and if I make a wrong choice, then I'm going to
Well,
be unhappy. Whilst here, yeah, there is something is shit. I just, like, skip and go to next, and I listen to the next one. So it's easier, like, easier and cheaper to make mistakes in a sense. Well, yeah.
but you see, that's the thing. I remember we were buying CDs because band has issued the new album.
Mm.
They have put their heart and soul into it, and you are like, "Whoa! Uh, I want to hear that." I remember one of my favorite band called Blind Guardian back in was it 1996, 1995, whatever,
Mm.
sometime then. They have issued the album called Nightfall in the Middle Earth. And I rushed into the CD store, and I knew that my friends would love to have a copy of.
Mm.
So I bought 5 or 6 CDs. Of course, they paid me back, but I mean, I went into the CD store. I bought the physical stuff.
Mm.
I distributed it among my friends. Well, now it's like a band issuing the statement on 17th of November. A new album will come out, and everybody is like, "Okay, today. Oh, they have issued it today. Oh, okay, I will have time to listen to it." People are not eager to listen to the album anymore. It is easier to consume. That's the right word. Consume one song. And you know what? I have found it quite disturbing that artists started to produce the album, the full length album, with one good song on it, and the rest, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 songs. Shit as hell. Just the fillers.
So yeah, that's interesting. So I am I'm an album guy. I
A lot of us are. I mean, we are that age
maybe it
kids
is
that
that,
that
yeah.
that we used to listen to the albums.
Mm. Yeah. So apart from this experience that I said that I actually go to this playlist, sorry, liked songs list. Um, I like to listen to albums, and I don't not just like individual songs, um, because yeah, it is all the songs are there for a reason, and if it's a good band, I haven't met. Luckily, I haven't had this experience that you said that like there is one good song and the rest is like mediocre. Uh, so far, everything that I picked to listen, they kind of have it all good. I mean, and I'm not saying all songs are equally good, but they are part of a whole. They're kind of
Mm-hmm.
part of a journey, part of an experience. They tell a story in a sense, either with words, which which is that's so in the lyrics, which it is probably an episode on its own that I actually don't listen to lyrics too much, but still the melody, the atmosphere, the mood. The whole album has an arc. It starts somewhere and then it peaks and maybe like relaxes and again there's some excitement and then again relaxes. I don't know. There is something in there. And albums, yeah, I like to listen to them. I don't. Maybe it's also because I'm not necessarily a good selector, like someone who like picks good songs together or whatever. I don't have a playlist for I don't know easy listening for reading, or wouldn't even know what to put in there. So maybe I just don't know
So
how would
you
I
do
put.
not make your own uh, playlists. You
No,
just
I just listen to albums.
okay,
I
cool.
basically mostly listen to albums, um, which is a well, I almost said which is a pity. It's not a pity, but like I wish, maybe I should just try. But I wish I could actually put together a playlist of like around that certain theme. I actually did it once. We had it was back in Durban. Um, we we were in a very good team, and we played music like throughout the day in the room. We were kind of close into the small room. We were working on some new like brand new product. It was like a very special good times, almost like a startup vibes. And there was one guy who was an artist and he was also like a DJ. And somehow we ended up listening to music all day. So it would probably annoy the hell out of most of the office, normally, but we just had all this music in the background, and then we took turns sometimes to put together like what is your music, what do you like, and bring in your playlist. And actually, once I created a fucking amazing playlist. I was so happy, and it was called Party at the Gypsy Campsite because I was called one of the guys. I don't know why the endearing nickname for me was Gypsy. Not everybody. That wasn't the everyday when they called it, but
That's
it was
what I
like.
was suspecting.
But sometimes. So it was a party at the Gypsy Campsite Vol 1, and I can't find the fucking list, and it was so good. So I managed to do it once, so I could probably do it more.
Most probably you can.
I just never really did
I
it.
remember back in the days, I was generating playlists on the cassettes because I mean
Really?
that some best of me and all this sort of shit.
Because I was so proud. I was so. That's what I said when I said, "Oh, I have good taste." Obviously, your taste is your taste, and whatever is on your playlist is the good for you, is the best for you. But I was like so proud to show this like everyone hates. Because I have this saying of what do I say? I say
You say a lot of things.
I say a lot of things, but my philosophy on music is like, or what music is good is like I I listen to good music, and only the music I listen to is good. It's a very dickish way of saying. So only what I say goes, and everything else is shit.
You're
But
such
that
a
is
nephew.
but that is how it is. And yeah, it is cool to
Bring me
kind
my
of.
crown.
It is, yeah, exactly, and on your knees. There is, I guess it's cool to. You kind of feel that the coolness of the bands and the songs kind of a little bit
Well,
rubs off on you.
if the band is really good, it's pretty difficult for them to generate shit content. But again, there are so many bands, so many artists that that's the reason that those, as you put it, really diplomatically mediocre stuff coming out. But truth to be told, a lot of shit is coming out, and Spotify and YouTube Music and Amazon Music and Apple Music, they are filled with crap.
I guess it is easier to produce too, right? So like the tools, same as like we're sitting here with podcast recording on our phones and we just whatever. It's easy. It's you could buy or pirate like a Pro Tools software. You have a shitty MIDI keyboard if you want,
Yeah,
and then
previously you had to
I am
have
breaking.
equipment
Yeah.
and the tapes.
It's also good because it does enable people who don't have a lot of money to. So again, it's a different age, right? So yes, maybe back in the day with the music magazines and it was good, but I also don't think what we have is bad. It is just I guess different.
No,
And for some
it's
people, this is
different.
the
Yeah.
only thing, right? For a younger generation, this is the music magazines world and era. Be just like
Yeah,
something
but
else.
that's what I'm quite keen to understand where they're getting the new music. I mean, there should be some sort of source.
I mean, the streaming platform recommendations. I guess whatever is on the radio. I don't listen to radio that
I don't
much.
listen to radio as well.
Some of my very good. Well, I guess we can keep it for our next episode, which is like, what was the first time when you. When someone recommended to you something where you kind of realized, okay, this is actually good music, and I had some good recommendations in high school when someone showed me the Nine Inch Nails first, Beastie Boys first, and Tool. I think it was. Yes, it was also actually the same guy showed me Nine Inch Nails and Tools, and then there's another guy who showed me Beastie Boys, and I was just blown away. And I remember those are defining. I know those are defining moments for me in shaping my music taste. But we can talk about it, I guess, in another.
Yeah, but to conclude, so you are the album guy.
I am an album guy.
You are an album guy. I prefer to listen to the albums. I used to listen to the albums. I can't recall listening to one song only. No, actually I can, but it was in some sort of playlists. And when you have, for instance, now we were traveling to Germany with my friends, and throughout the whole trip we had a random playlist, random song playing from the generated the playlist, and it was good. But I would love to say that I'm an album guy, but quite often, as I said, there are bands that have one great song. The rest is just shit.
Yeah, so
Mediocre.
mediocre. I mean, right now, in the past probably week, if not two, if I don't listen to some podcast in my car, there's actually one song that I'm just listening to on repeat. So not like I don't listen to individual songs, but yeah, primarily one song, or primarily albums. And this song is, I'm scared to move away from the recording thing and go to Spotify. I don't remember the exact title, but it's a hip hop song from Aesop Rock. I forgot the name. But it's good. Listen to all of his albums.
Of course, and one of those songs will be the one that I wanted to show you.
And just let me, and we will wrap up. But this guy, so Aesop Rock, and then there's another guy called Aesop Rocky, or something like that.
And they have nothing in common.
They have nothing in common, and I didn't really know. They also have, I think they both have like weird. They both use the dollar sign in the S or whatever. So, and I think I heard something from Aesop Rocky or whatever, and that was just like this new modern hip hop that I don't really like. And then somehow this Aesop Rock came on in a Discovery thing, and something was fucking amazing. And then this time I went into his the artist and into albums. I started to listen to albums. I usually start when I discover from the oldest to the newest. I want to see kind of the journey. And I started to listen to the album, and it was like, Jesus Christ! Every song was just better than the other. And again, it was this experience. I was jumping up and down in the car. So it does happen that a recommendation comes, go to the album, and then I wouldn't be surprised if my Spotify summary at the end of the year would be like 70% as a rock now.
Just before we will wrap it up, the analogy came into my head that that from time to time when you taste with your mouth something new, some new food, and you're like, wow, this is so amazing, I will eat it.
This is the only thing I want to eat now.
Again and again and again, and next time you're coming to the same place and you are inviting your friends, you have to fucking try this is delicious. And this anxious, this waiting for something, you're craving for this, and then the waitress is bringing you this plate and you're tasting, and it's not as good as it was before.
Yeah, there's a psychological phenomenon.
And I think that when you listen to some new music and you're like, each one is the best, and the next one is the better, and so on and so forth. It might be the same psychological trick.
It is, because I now go back to that album and it's still amazing.
But it's not. It's not
that.
Like an eye-opening thing. Like, how did I live before?
Citronella. This is the title of the track.
My God, sounds like a germ.
But yeah, Boris, it's been a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Perhaps we shall meet next week and see what will make us smile.
We shall.
Cheers.
Cheers.